Welcome to GYROpalooza, guys. I got Brad and my brother Chad here. We're here to show you a lot of exciting things that we've been working on over the last year.
We've got a lot of cool things to talk about, so we're ready to get into it.
One of the very first things that we want to talk about that we're really excited about, everyone's excited about, the new glitch, hybrid catch disc. Chad, I guess let's tell them about the history about this, kind of what we're going for with this one.
It's a good way to start off because we've touched on it for a couple of years now, and it's finally here, and the hype's rolling, and we've got a lot of great flight feedback from everyone that's out in the field throwing them. We see a couple of aces already. It's exciting. We achieved all of our goals that we wanted to do with the glitch. And to summarize what the goals were, we wanted to blend the benefits of having a lid that have high glide, very accurate touch and approach, but yet give it the compact form factor of a regular disc golf disc. So that way it's in your bag, pull it out of your putter pouch, you're ready to warm up, or you're also ready to play catch with a basket. We hit the nail on the head. This last year was the 3D print prototype, worked out pretty nicely. This was able to let us validate some of the concerns we had about shrinking a lid down to the disc golf form factor, but this gave us the confidence to move forward with production.
So the glitch we've actually been working on for quite some time. We've actually had this mold built roughly before COVID, and when the COVID boom for disc golf came along, we just had to take a back seat with it. Now that we've finally expanded our capacity, are able to meet that demand, we're finally able to kind of make it come to fruition, and it's really, I think, kind of accomplishing what we were trying to do with the catch disc.
Yeah, going from the 3D print prototype last year, the tool even shortly after, we've had this mold ready to go, but with the complications of the marketplace and being able to catch up with our regular production, we finally were able to pick this back up and back on track, and we are extremely pleased with how everything turned out. This is one of the seamless transitions between prototype, mold development, and production that we've done in a while, so it's very rewarding every step of the process.
Yeah, fit and finish turned out really good.
Absolutely.
For a catch disc. It's a very, very thin overmold. It's kind of a really different style of overmold that, it was a big question mark whether or not we can get this to work, but it really did. This fit and finish is great. Like you don't feel any seam or transition in that overmold when you're playing catch.
On top of it, Neutron Soft, that's been something we haven't been able to do as much as we've wanted over the years, but we're finally picking it back up with the Neutron Soft glitch, because being able to catch this, that soft Neutron feels really good in the hand. It was a perfect mold to bring it into.
And I definitely anticipate us having a lot more options in the catch disc. This is really just a start. We've got some crazy ideas for a catch disc. A lot of unique plastic variants potentially down the road, even outside of what we're currently doing with our lineup.
Not only plastic variants, but maybe a couple of mold variations as well too. So this instant success brought up instant ideas of how do we expand upon this and bring more options to the market. So this is the first step for success, and we're going to
a lot more to come.
Yep.
And of course, we got the exciting GYROpalooza pack that we have, and we always pack this pack full of a lot of great items. And this year, we have one that we are very excited about. This one here is a Total Eclipse Proxy. This is a new debut for us. And so what is unique about Total Eclipse? It has both a glowing core and a glowing rim. But not just a glowing core and a glowing rim, but also multiple colors for the glow in the core. So you kind of have this two-color effect in the glow line. You probably have seen some of those prototype that we had on the Pro Shop. We had a aqua glow and a blue glow. Those are just a couple of the additional glow colors. We also have a white glow and a purple glow. So we'll have multiple glow colors in the core and multiple glow colors in the rim. So they look fantastic. Just the way that these two colors complement each other in the glowing conditions. Really cool. We're also going to have these prototype Eclipse Envies. This is actually another prototype that we've done on the Envies. What's unique about these prototypes is we've got these are some of the early prototypes of the color glow that we've worked on. They're prototypes, so there are some things that are a little bit different that you'll see on the prototype color glow Envies versus the total eclipse proxies. The glow particle size will be a little bit different in some of these prototypes. Same with the green variants. You'll find that the green variants, some of them will have a more coarse glow pigment, some will have more fine glow pigment. We were just experimenting with different glow techniques in the Envy, so overall the green ones will glow very similar to how our current lineup was. So in addition to the total eclipse proxy and the prototype eclipse Envy, we're also going to pack these GYROpalooza packs full of a number of L2 lab second discs. Lab second discs are always a great variety of discs in these packs. All they are just minor cosmetic issues. We've raised the bar on our quality standards, and so oftentimes we get a lot of these minor quality issue discs that we don't call first quality. So still great discs. You know, they fly just true to every gyro disc except just minor cosmetic issue. So every pack will have 12 of those inside of them. You can group buy with your friends and split them up, or just have a cheap way to economical way to try new discs in the gyro lineup. Also released along with the GYROpalooza packs, we're going to have this 10-year anniversary Volt. This was an exciting time in the company history to debut our first driver, so we just wanted to celebrate 10 years of this first driver that we released in our gyro technology. It was actually our third year in the company's history before we actually had a driver. You know, we started out with the Ion, then the Vector, the Axis, and kind of slowly grew the product lineup. And so, you know, we were very methodical when we built out our product lineup. And so, you know, kind of celebrating the 10-year anniversary of this Volt. It's kind of great. It was a great milestone in the company's history. So,
and I can touch on some of the hot stamping techniques that we've done with the 10-year Volt. Firstly, we've kind of pushed our limits on how bold we can get our hot stamp foils. We've been experimenting with the total surface area and boldness, so that was a little fun to experiment our limits there. This is still kind of a experimental approach to our extra bold hot stamp artwork, but there's definitely gonna be more to come. It's definitely something that's still in development that we're excited to roll out in the coming months and years as we experiment with our technologies. Prior to this, just a number of months ago, we also did the Fusion Tesla. That was another one that was kind of an early experiment. The Tesla coil stamp that was done by Zam. It's fantastic art that he made a number of years ago for us. Unfortunately, at the time, it was too bold for our stamping capabilities, and so we just shelved it. We did debut it in the Macro Tesla because it was fitting. It was smaller, it wasn't so bold. But recently, as we've developed the technology, we're able to reintroduce it in a full-size disc with the bolder area. So there's definitely a lot more to come with the bolder artwork on our disc. I know a lot of our graphic artists we team with are super excited with this new capability between new colors of foils, boldness, some more bottom stamping. We're going to keep the good artwork rolling. Yes, bottom stamping. That is another one that we have been experimenting with. There'll be more to come with bottom stamping as we roll out the Pro Shop. You'll find a lot of these prototype test runs, and so a lot of these things take a lot of time to develop, and we've been working on them for a number of months and years. And so, again, excited to roll them out finally. Here's another great one, the Twisty James Tour Series. First and foremost, it's on the Zenith. It's a great disc. It, for me, kind of fits between that photon and wave. Something that you can put a lot of power in, just goes straight, has tremendous glide before it reliably fades out at the end. Just a very reliable, predictable distance driver. And check out this stamp. This one is amazing. Just the high precision alignment that you've got on the Twisty James here, just some of that accent artwork, just very precise in the alignment. You know, that's definitely a great showcase of that technique, and it's a great representation of James, that's for sure. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about a little bit about some of the mold development aspects of the Zenith. You know, when we sat down with James, talk about some of the molds that he wanted to introduce in his lineup, you know, a good power distance driver that would be somewhere between the wave and photon, as Brad mentioned. James really loves the photon. The wave's a little bit too understable for some of his shots. He wanted something right in between, which respectively so, because there was a good gap there that we needed to fill, and this fits it perfectly. And again, the fit and finish on our recent molds have been tremendous. You'll notice the seam, the flash trimming, and the gate cutting on the outer edge is just smooth as butter. Like, the fit and finish of these recent molds are looking fantastic, as well as the triple stamp precision, of course. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, and you'll definitely see a lot more of that in the products in our lineup. That overmold kind of has that little seam there. It's just part of the molding process. The way you inject the plastic into that mold, we're kind of getting better with our techniques and how we trim and cut that. So the fit and finish, really good. As Chad mentioned, you can barely even tell it's an overmold just because there's very little seam there, and even around the outside, you just don't feel that injection point anymore. So really improving the quality of our product as we get better at our manufacturing capabilities.
Yep, at the end of the day, with bringing manufacturing in-house, it's given us the possibility to optimize and improve every single element of manufacturing disc golf discs. Even the small flash on the outer edge is a minor detail, but it really makes a big impact on the quality of our products, and we're very proud of that.
We're also excited to add more options of R2 Neutron plastic to our lineup. What's great about this plastic is we're fully reusing a lot of our waste in these discs. This black material in the middle is a kind of a grand mixture of a lot of different materials from our manufacturing process. So fully utilizing our waste internally to just cut down on waste in the environment. And these models specifically are great beginner models that we will be adding as a R2 Neutron starter set. Inertia and Insanity are great MVP Axiom models for starting out. Proxy and Atom, and there's also going to be a mid-range in this. So we're going to have both an MVP and Axiom starter box set coming in the near future at a great price point. Probably one of the most affordable ways to try out gyro and feel good about going green. And on top of it, just the color is actually fantastic. The rainbow stamps here really match up really well with the old mold there. R2 Neutron looks really good for Axiom.
We decided to look into James Conrad's lineup and see if we can get some more Electron plastic in his bag. He really likes baseline materials for that grippy feel on his discs. And so we decided doing it in the Terra would be a good idea because the Terra is a slightly overstable fairway driver. Electron usually is a little bit less stable. So this was a good complement to kind of give us a nice power straight fairway driver at Electron plastic. This is the Prism Trance. We're excited because Prism in drivers is a great high durability overmold. Again, very stunning colors. We can do a lot of metallics and glitters in the clear plastic. Proton looks great in the overmold. This is going to be a complement to the Volt. It's a lower parting line height, so it's going to be a lot straighter. And some power level players, it might be able to have a little bit more turn to it. So having a nice understable Volt complement is going to be a great addition to the lineup. I think this is going to have a lot of popularity. Fission plastic has been something we are so happy to have finalized and perfected, and now we're going to be bringing it out into a lot more models. And the Fission Envy is going to be a popular option that we're going to be introducing in. Again, same great grip, same great gyroscopic enhancements into a putter, which is something we haven't done before. So the Envy is going to be a first debut of a Fission plastic putter.
Speaking of Fission, as Chad mentioned, we're going to be expanding the Fission lineup. Obviously, we have been already this year. There's definitely going to be more to come with Fission. It's that recipe we've been working on for many years, and I feel like we're really getting that recipe down. Something that gives you that great grip, the great, nice flexibility that you've got, but not being overly flexible or overly stiff. That was definitely one of the challenges with the Fission plastic, was to get that right balance of dome, grip, flexibility. And this new blend of Fission really, we've really hit the happy mediums in all of those. And so that's why we've been adding a lot more Fission models this year. Another model that we are definitely planning to do, the Zenith here. Expect that next year.
This is not a new disc model, but what I want to talk about is something new on our production processes, and it's the weight marking. For years, we've been using weight stickers. And stickers have caused a lot of issues between falling off. They're not permanent when they get wet. They leave a lot of residue, and it's one of those things where it works, but it's just not optimal, and let alone it's not as accurate. What we've developed is the first ever ghost hot stamp weight marking. And there's been similar technologies on the market. There's laser and there's other applications you can do to mark your discs, but we really wanted to do hot stamping for a number of reasons, mostly because of the visibility and clarity of that nice font that shows off the weight. Again, it's permanent, more accurate, and just a cleaner look overall.
And when he says hot stamp, it is possible to do foil colors that you see in our hot stamping. We're planning to just debut it in the Go Stamp just because it's universal with all types of plastics, but it is something that we are considering of potentially is some foil stamping as well. Here's a recent thing that we've added to our accessory lineup, the Firefly glow vinyl. So kind of a little history on the glow vinyls. We partnered with a company called UFO Glow that produced these. They've since discontinued their product, and so we kind of took over the reins with the High Firefly, and we've expanded now. We've actually got 3 different glow vinyls. We got the standard green glow that glows just like our Eclipse 2.0 plastic, and we also got the blue glow and the aqua glow. So just a few different glow colors. What's really fun about these is you can get multiple colors in these hexagon shapes. You can actually kind of create a grid of different glow colors, you know, that multi-color, kind of get really creative with the stickers on your disc for night golf. One sheet has a number of hexagon hex patterns that you can put onto your disc, so you can glow your whole bag if you want to with just a couple of sheets of this Firefly. Obviously, we've got the glow discs, but sometimes you've got your favorite disc in your bag that you want to play at night with, so this is a great way to utilize your favorite disc in your bag at night.
Yeah, we went to this new hex pattern because our previous version with the circles, they were a little hard to apply onto your disc, as well as maybe a little too big. Since these are so bright, we wanted to have more quantity, so that way you get more value when you purchase one of these sets. You can put them on a lot of discs, you can cover your whole bag, and they look great and bright.
Here's another retriever that will be debuting in the near future. This one is called the ARM, Augmented Reaching Mechanism. Nice little acronym there. So what's unique about this one here, compared to the disc Talon, which is just a simple disc double claw, this one here, full rectangular shape, kind of help give you more grabbing power. This one will grab more easily onto the disc. It also swivels here for easier storage into your bag. And so you just fold this up and it's ready to go. This one can extend up to 21 feet, so it's actually got more reaching length than the disc claw here. I could extend this all the way, but it's gonna get out of the view of the camera, so I won't go all the way, but it's got one heck of a reach to it. Also, this arm retriever also has a wing nut on it. This can help you tighten it and interchange to the different heads. So depending on the conditions, you might have a condition that is more tight, like maybe inside a bush or something. This one you can reach through a more narrow space, whereas this one, maybe you're just reaching up further out into the water and you just want to be able to grab it more easily. So different conditions kind of call for different end of arm reaching situations, no pun intended.
Complementing our basket lineup, we have the MVP Pod. This is a disc stand holder that's going to hold all of your putters, all of your mids, all of your drivers. This is going to allow you to have a more efficient and easier to build repetition training tool. The biggest problem when you're, for example, putting, is you're stacking your putters on the ground or you're putting them on a chair next to you. Having a more optimized putter holder or disc holder while you're training is going to allow you to have a much more efficient routine when you're trying to build a clean repetition. And as you can see, the height of the pod is really optimized to just make it very easy, swift, and convenient to just grab your disc. Most of our field sessions, it's a pile of discs on the ground or maybe a duffel bag, but allowing you to quickly and easily grab your putters or your drivers when you're training is going to allow you to put all of your energy into clean repetition in your training, especially for putting. When you're constantly grabbing your putter, making your putt, you don't want to be interrupting your putt and just bending over or going on the ground. You want to be able to stay right here, grab your disc, and keep your repetition going.
Also, along with the pod, we have a transit carrying case to go along with it. Obviously, with a product like the pod, mobility is key. You want to be able to go out to your backyard, go out to your field work. It needs to be portable, and portability, nice transit bag is definitely a high necessity for that. It's nice and slim, lightweight, very easily portable. This one here is a prototype. It doesn't have the logo, but it'll have a transit logo. Like, this is a transit bag, just like the Black Hole Transit that's used to carry the baskets. You have a nice lightweight carrying transit bag for the pod. This transit bag designed for the pod has all the pockets necessary to hold all the components for the pod, very conveniently in a compact manner. You've got the stacking plate here, which is essential for stacking your disc. You've got a lower pole. Inside you've got a ground stand. So the ground stand, the lower pole, the stacking plate, support plates, they all thread together just like our portable baskets. Assembles with no tools required, assembles in less than a minute just like our baskets, and you're good to go. Here is a new luxury accessory item that we have here, the Parsec rangefinder. This rangefinder, first and foremost, comes with a nice hard shell case. That's very key for a precision instrument like this. You know, if you drop it or anything like that, you don't want to damage the high precision equipment. So it gives it great protection. This rangefinder, you'll find the build quality is very high compared to some of the other options out in the market. So nice build quality. It's got impeccable accuracy. I was using this out on our construction site just to measure the dimensions of our building, and it works remarkably accurate. It measures up to 2,600 feet. So it can measure as far as you would ever need for disc golf. It's got 6 times magnification. It's got pin locking capabilities, slope measurement, a lot of key features that you would need out on the disc golf course. So a lot of serious disc golfers would really get a great benefit adding this to their bag.
Yeah, and speaking of the building construction, that's coming along fantastic. It's a big project. It's taken quite a while. We're very much anticipating its completion, but it is looking fantastic. There's going to be an 80,000 square foot warehouse, also holding our offices. So the primary headquarters will be moving into the new offices along with warehouse and distribution. Even on the east side, near production, we're going to have a little bit more of a break room, some tool room, a larger quality room, just some amenities that are more suited to the manufacturing operations.
As we rapidly expanded our production capacity in the last couple of years, our current facility has been getting filled with machines. In fact, our warehouse space has been cut in half here in our current facility, but we've increased our production capacity by tenfold, 1,000% since we first started. So, as we rapidly expanded our capacity, it required us to be literally 20 times more efficient with our warehousing space here. So we have been renting another warehouse in the meantime, but once our construction project is finished, we're going to be able to consolidate things back into one headquarters here in Marlette and really kind of optimize our operations as a whole.
In addition to just optimizing everything all on one roof, not only is it just a location and geographics, but the whole expansion has been designed for efficiency in mind. Every bit of square footage has been mapped out. We've designed the workflow, everything from raw materials, manufacturing, hot stamping, inventory management, and distribution. All of it is mapped out, and it's just a beautiful facility that is based around disc golf manufacturing and distribution.
But what's really key about the expansion is that it was designed to be scalable. So if we need to add more production, we have tremendous space and ability to do so. So it just really gives us that scalability, which is key for the future growth of disc golf and what we've got planned.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to this year's GYROpalooza. We've got a lot laid out here. We were excited, and it was a pleasure to discuss all of the things that we're working on. It was actually a lot of tough decision making because we have way more than what's shown here. We just had to cherry pick some of the more exciting and more recent developments, but we've got so much more coming beyond this that we're excited to talk about.
A lot of exciting things that are just not ready yet, but there's a lot more coming down the pipeline. We never stop with our ongoing effort to continue improving the product line or coming up with new technologies. So there's a lot more to come. This was GYROpalooza 2022. Thank you for tuning in.